Okay, I'm live here. I don't have two tripods, so I'm kind of looking kind of weird. Good morning, everybody. This is our good afternoon, depends on what side of the country you're on. I cannot see the screen from where I am, and this makes it worse because I'm too far away. But this is Ralph Wakeman from, my hair looks good there, but not there. Carolyn, hopefully you're coming this weekend. I need a haircut. Okay, so this is Ralph Wakeman from Shenandoah Sew and Vac, back from the left coast over in Idaho. Mission accomplished. I brought my wife back with me. And so you guys on Facebook, you're going to be over at the side a little bit. You're going to not see quite as much. And it might be better off that way than watching me here on YouTube. Okay, first I need a drink of water because I'm not really ready. Normally I have a script and I am ready to go, but I got back last night late from flying back from Seattle, and boy, are my arms tired. Old joke. Okay, so I am here at the store, and I've been busy all morning listening to people telling me stories, which I think for being retired, supposedly, sort of, I get a lot of those stories. Although I am trying to fix things so I don't get in big trouble with people. And I already am probably in big trouble with some people for not getting things fixed. So, all right, let's get started here. I have here in my hand a telephone. Okay, we're doing this now at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, seeing if I might get some people to actually watch me and actually call me during my business hours while I'm trying to be online. I'm going to try to do this for about a half hour. I can see my wall clock over here talking to me. I'm in the right direction on this clock, on this phone, because it looks opposite of what I'm looking at. Down there on Facebook, what I do, I see, which is kind of weird. That's not right, if of course I'm not. So anyway, the lettering would be backwards if I were holding up something like my sign back here, which says, live at Shenandoah Sew and Vac. So I just wanted y'all to see that. Okay, so today I was hoping to get some phone calls during this. I got a call from a friend of mine that I haven't seen since college days. Originally, he was from Michigan, and I don't know what happened, but he's in Florida now, and he wrote and told me. Am I online down there? Yes, it says 0, and up here it says 0. So I am on the same. So anyway, call me here at my phone. It's 540. Oh, wait a minute. I've got a live call here. Hold on. Speaker. Hey, man, how you doing? You're live and on the air.
I'm what?
You're live and on the air here at Shenandoah Sew and Vac. Live. Yes. This is my friend Sam from Maine. We were talking a while ago about Florida. Now we've got Maine here. I got a maniac on the line. And wait a minute, I got another guy walking in. What a deal. We're just going to have a good time today. What, do you have a question for me, Sam? And make it legal.
Actually, no, but did you know that Bonnie Bachman, a great pastor, Christian pastor, passed away a few days ago?
Yes, I found out the day it happened.
Yeah, that's a tragedy, just like Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
But then again, they're with the Lord. So.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go on here with my show, and if you want to watch, go to YouTube Live, Shenandoah Sew and Vac.
All right, thank you, Ralph. I was getting ready to go to work, and I forgot I was interrupted.
Somebody has to do it. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Dave. Got a friend Dave here. What's that?
Did you get a courier for?
No, I don't. They didn't give me one for my birthday or anything. Nothing. Nothing. No. Excuse me a second here, you all. Please, if you're online here, come on. Call me. 540-459-1888. I'll answer any question you have as long as it has maybe to do with vacuum cleaners, sewing machines, lamps, or something else. I really don't care. Okay. So, Dave, do you have your phone with you?
I have it on a.
A flash drive?
Yep.
Well, let me put it on my computer here real quick, and I'll let you go.
Well, it has. It has 2 openings. You just slide this thing across the top.
This one's the one I want, because I'm going to put it on my computer first. And then I'll come back and I'll put it on my phone and edit it. So, hold on here a second.
It's a good video of Robert McDowell.
Right? Let me go to my... No, I am live on YouTube right now.
Oh, right.
And yeah, I do this once a week. No, I'm not going to scan and fix. Okay, here we go. Documents. Under here, USB drive. And it said, oh, there it is, right there. I'll pull that and put that into my download. There it goes. Says it'll take about, does it tell me how long? No, it doesn't tell me. Oh, 1 minute and 30 seconds.
I can.
I'll get on there and explain, because this is live. I don't do any editing. I just let it go. And I've waited on customers before, but no one's ever called me during my show. I usually do it at 10 o'clock in the morning. Wait a minute, I got a call. Maybe it's a real customer.
It is a real customer.
Well, I mean, someone that wants to talk to me online here. Oh my goodness.
Here comes a real customer.
This is from Boston, Massachusetts. Hello, Boston, Massachusetts. How can I help you? Hello, Boston.
Hey there, Madonna speaking. How's your day going?
Oh, you're live and on the air here at Shenandoah Sew and Vac live. I'm so glad you called. How can I answer? How can I help you? If you're human. I think you're a robot. I think it was a robot. I get a lot of those calls. And usually I say goodnight, Gracie, but they didn't. And sir, I have not. I've been gone for.
Yep.
I just got back.
Yep. Okay.
So I will try to take care of that sometime either this week or early part of next week.
Okay.
Okay?
Very good, sir.
It's still sitting there looking at me.
Okay.
I walk by. Thank you so much. And thank you for your service. And even the waving too. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Hold on, people. Is anybody here? Still nobody on there. Nobody on there. Okay. I'll be back in a little bit. You just gotta have to. I'll put a note that I've got a couple of minutes and I'm not in front of the screen. I'll advertise the prayer breakfast. That's what I'll do. I've never done that before yet. So it is done.
You got it?
There you go. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Now let's go and hit this and see if it'll start playing. Come on, buddy. Open up. Thank you for doing that too, Dave.
Oh, I enjoy it. I
was.
get a reserved seat.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Mike is still in Angola, working his way. He's going to start working his way back on Friday.
Good. Did it come up?
Well, that's what I'm going to. I hit the wrong button. It's pulling up a poster I did advertising this morning, which I didn't get online because I've been so busy with customers.
Wow.
Hold on, here it comes. And there you go. Yep. And prayer request. That's from Dick. So thank you.
Uh-huh.
I will get that out probably later on today.
And there's another good thing for me to stay at home and rest and not have to go to a 7 o'clock prayer breakfast, is I get to see it the day later.
Well, it's not the same though.
Huh?
It's not the same as being there. We don't get to throw food at you or anything like that if you don't come to prayer breakfast.
I don't get to.
I don't get to throw food at you or anything like that.
That's it. You
And
don't
Dick
have
doesn't
to.
get to pour coffee 3 or 4 times before it starts.
Well, from time to time I'll show up, but
Thank you.
I'm not a regular anymore.
And I don't know who's going to be there. I'll let you know when I'm speaking so you can make sure you don't come. And I'll let you know when Mike is speaking because then you can. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much,
Yes,
Dave. Thanks for
absolutely.
doing that for me.
Anytime.
All righty. All right, I'm back again. Everybody shows up at the right time here. By the way, all that boo-ha about the videotape that I was working on is because I attend a prayer breakfast on Wednesday mornings, and I record them and put them on YouTube. I don't put them on Facebook. YouTube, after I edit out all the prayer requests, because some of that stuff's pretty personal, and I don't want to offend anybody. So, anyway, that's on, let's see, what's that called? It's called A Home Fellowship. And there's videos on there of people speaking at a men's prayer breakfast here in Woodstock, Virginia. Meets at 7:30, starts at 7:30 on the button. That's why he said 7. Starts at 7:30 on the button and is over at 8. And then we eat. And so anyway, if you have any questions, you can call me about that. I think I just saw a thumbs up down there. We'll find out later. All right, so back to I'm already 10 minutes after, and I haven't gotten anywhere. All right, one of the things that I find very important when I'm working on things is light. Okay, need light to work on things. You don't want to have something working in the dark. So I have this goober here, which is very bright. You can see, look at there, pretty bright. And I wear this on my head. I look like a miner, but I could see inside a sewing machine or whatever I'm working on using this thing. So it's very, very nice. And I don't wear it all the time because it's embarrassing to have people looking at you like that. The other thing that I use is a light that's like a, well, they call them garage lights. This thing here. Can you see that? It's got a bunch of lights on there, and that's nice and bright too. And I have that, and I shine down on my workbench that I'm working on. It helps out. So when you have a problem with sewing or anything that's real fine work, you might want to think about getting a type of light. Now, I don't know if I suggest wearing one of these when you're reading, although I do it when I'm camping, and or I don't want to wake everybody else up in the house. I'll put this light on sometime because it's directional, it shines down. But the other lights, I have those in my garage because it lights up the whole room. They're very, very bright, and they're not that expensive, and they're LED, so they get too hot. I don't burn my fingers on them, and they're brighter than a regular light bulb. So I like that. All right, and I think I've already talked about that in the past, so I don't want to beat a dead horse. Anyway, alrighty. So that's what I use when I'm working on things. I also use dental picks, and I used to joke and say I practice on the kids on the weekends, but they're not at home anymore, and I actually never did really do that. But these kind of things, they're very helpful on pulling on springs and getting dirt out of sewing machines, kind of wiggling it around in there, cleaning out the dirt in sewing machines. That's very good. Oh, I got a customer, and I can't read it right now, but thank you for being there. If you want to see a better picture, you can go to Facebook, to YouTube. And do you have a question for me? If you do, why don't you call me? Debbie, call me. We'll talk. Okay. Can you service an older singer-surger? Yes, I can. I could service an older singer. Matter of fact, I could service an older singer-surger. Can't say that real fast. Than I can a new singer-surger. Because some of them now are starting to put computers inside there. Don't. If you really want one, go ahead. But I don't know if it's computerized, I won't work on it. Now, let's see if she said something else. Excuse me, I'm going down here and put my head on this camera here. Can you see comments? Yes, I can see comments from here. All right, I can see comments down there. I don't know if I can on YouTube. I hope I can. And if not, I will answer your comments later if you write me a note on Facebook, on YouTube, because I do keep those, and I try to put them on Facebook so you can see those too. Wait, one more. She's going to bring, I'll bring it something. I think she means bring it in. So you can bring it in, or we could talk about it on the phone right here. 540-459-1888. Or if you have FaceTime on your iPhone, I could talk to you here with a camera, and I could show people what we're talking about. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay. Oh my goodness, I dropped my glasses, which I bought at the dollar store. Out. That's another thing. I have different pairs of these glasses all over the store. Different weights of glasses and things, and they don't last a long time. They break, but I can use super glue and baking soda to fix them, or sometimes I actually throw them away and buy new. Not too often, because I'm Mr. Fix-It, or used to be. All right. So that the glasses, you can get different weights of them. Some that you could read, you know, and some, when I'm working on a circuit board, I want one that I can see like this, you know, real close. So I need to have different weights of magnifying glasses. So when I leave a dollar store, sometimes I'll have 3 or 4 of them. And I think they've gone up to like $1.50 now instead of $1. I used to buy a bunch of these for $1. Dad used to have me buy a set of them at Costco for him. They were all one size and that kind of thing. And I said, Dad, no, we don't need to do that. So anyway, and I still find some of Dad's glasses around the house, which is kind of interesting because he did the same thing I did. You lay them around, sooner or later you find one. Okay, so back to I haven't talked about it. Vacuum cleaners. I have a customer just came in a little while ago. They were having problems with their bags getting a hole in them. Just a little hole at an odd place, that kind of thing. And I don't know exactly what her situation was. She was using a compact or interstate, or I don't know what the other names are, whatever, compact vacuum cleaner. And so the problem was that her bags had a little, she said, a hole in them. Paper bags did. Usually when that happens, something has caused it to get weak in that spot. A little water, if they're a little wet. Ooh, don't make your vacuum cleaner bags wet. Okay, because if you do, it's weak in that spot, especially if it's just a dot. Then the dirt pushes right through, because the dirt turns into like a cement or whatever and gets tight against that and pops a hole right in the bag right away. Another reason for that would be that maybe you were vacuuming up sheetrock dust or carpet powder. Love my carpet, hate my vacuum cleaner. That they even have rows in stores of that stuff, that real powdery stuff. And it'll coat the bag of the vacuum cleaner almost like a plastic bag right away. And the air is supposed to flow through the bag, and the dirt's supposed to stop. Well, when it's real fine dirt, it just fills in the holes of that bag, and all of a sudden, the bag is like a plastic bag. And what happens when you get a plastic bag full of air? Pop! It makes a popping noise and breaks, or it might not make a popping noise, but it will break. Especially paper. Paper will tear a little bit easier than plastic does. By the way, do not use plastic bags in your vacuum cleaner. I had a lady one time come in with a shop vac, and I could smell it as soon as I walked in the door. It had burned up. And I said, ma'am, are you using bags on this vacuum? Yes. I used a bag the other day, and now it's not working. Well, what she had done was took a bread bag and slid it up over the motor of her vacuum cleaner. And I said, ma'am, if you put a plastic bag over your head, by the way, don't do it. I don't want to get accused of anything, because you say something, and a lot of people will do that. If some people say something, they'll do the opposite of what they said, which is not very smart either. But don't put a plastic bag over your head. But if you did do one, sooner or later you would pass out, because that bag wouldn't let air come in. Well, in a vacuum cleaner, the plastic bag wouldn't let air go out. And so it's going to overheat, and instead of passing out, it burned up. Okay, not a good thing. Usually if you pass out, sometimes you let go and the air comes in, you can breathe again. But don't even think about it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Please don't sue me over that. Alrighty. Because we live in a weird world. Alright, so keep a bag in that has little tiny holes in it. They have microscopic holes. Some of them have really microscopic holes. There are bags out there that are like cloth. They're that fine. And they trap all kinds of dirt and bad things. Although, by the way, we used to live with dirt floors. And how did we clean? We swept dirt floors. We did. And matter of fact, I'm part of a community club, Columbia Furnace Community Club. If you want to join, membership is $5 a year. I know it's a lot of money, but a lot of you could afford that. And join the club. And what do you get to do? You get to make apple butter, get to stir, And you get to have a couple of parties a year. We do other things to help raise funds, and then we give money away. But originally, the purpose of the community club was to build a house for a brother and sister that lived in a cabin with dirt floors. And I talked with one of the original club members, and he said that when you'd go over to their house to visit, they would make sure before you came in the house that they put fresh newspapers on the floor. They wanted to make sure that, you know, you walked on good, fresh newspapers instead of walking on the dirt floors. But they used a broom to sweep their floors. That's what we used to do. So we used to live with dirt floors. Now we're terrified of dust mites and all kinds of gizmos and things that are in the air. Formaldehyde in our carpets and all kinds of stuff. So just be reasonable. Be reasonable. And open the windows when you can. Unless you live next to a factory. Maybe not. Out in Idaho, where I was, they were having problems with smoke from forest fires and fires on the plains and things. Not airplanes, planes, flat. Palouse. They were having fires in the Palouse area. So I got sidetracked again, didn't I? All right, now, talking about sewing machines, what kind of problem, Deb, do you have with your serger? Because that would help. I mean, is it making noise? Is it not running at all? Is it saying bad words, or is it making you say bad words? Bad words, bad words, bad words. You know, if I knew what was going on, maybe I could help you without you even having to come all the way across from Front Royal. You come from Front Royal. Thank you for watching, though. Just appreciate somebody actually saying they're watching or have watched. Whatever. Oh, wait a minute. I got a message from a friend of mine. Let's go out for a burger too. I'll talk to him later. He'll be. Today's my birthday, by the way. I've gotten little notes and things from people. So, okay, where was I going? Oh, I was going to talk about lamps. See this lamp here? You see that lamp there? Customer brought this in because they wanted it rewired. Because it has sockets on here, full chain sockets, and they weren't working. You hear clicking? Okay. But they weren't clicking. They weren't doing anything. The light was either on or it was off. It didn't have an in-between. You couldn't turn, well, nothing has an in-between. It wouldn't come on and off. It was either on all the time or it was off all the time, and you couldn't change it back and forth. So I went in and used some of the last sockets I have that were large. They used to make two sizes of pull chain sockets, large ones and little ones. And they all had the chains on them, but they also had the little horn that the chain went through were built into the sockets. Well, on this lamp, I don't know if you can see that, but the horn where the chain comes out is part of the shell, the outside of the thing. So I had to take the chain off and break the little horn off of the socket and run it through that shell. So, but it's the last ones I know of. There might be more in this world, and I might be able to find them somewhere. But my suppliers all have closed up and moved to like California, land of the free. Well, depends on who you talk to. Anyway, they've moved away from Connecticut. They had a shop up in Connecticut, very nice place. But I drove by one day, going to go see them, but they were closed on the day of the week that I was driving by. It was a Monday or Tuesday. Oh, I got another note. Oh, he's still wanting to know if I'm going to answer. I'm not going to answer right now. Okay. So there are ways of fixing lamps. I would, if they had come in and I couldn't get the large size shells sockets, I would have done something to reinforce it and make it larger with cardboard. And you say, cardboard? Yes, cardboard inside your lamp. Unless it has a black Bakelite plastic piece, you have metal shells, which are not a good idea to have with electricity. But they use cardboard sleeves inside to protect the electricity from getting from the shell into the socket. And those little wires touching and poof, sparks start flying. Okay, so cardboard can be used as an insulator. You just have to make sure you cover everything so that the two pieces of metal don't touch each other, because it'll light you up. It is a lamp, but it's not supposed to light you up in that way. All right. Alrighty. That was my lamp talk. Sewing machines, I was waiting for Deb to call me, but she's not going to. And I'm not going to say the last name. So, there you go. All right. And vacuum cleaners, I talked about bags. I'm going to talk about a tool. And this is my grandfather's tool, Elmer Cooley. Elmer was his name. He, let's do it this way. He used to fix things for people for free. Or I think it was for free. Yeah, it was. In his basement, he had a shop that looked like my store, unfortunately. And but for him, it was his shop. He didn't care. I should care about my store here. That's why you're all looking at me in this direction instead of that direction. And I'm going to try to make it better, but it's been 5 years, and I haven't done a very good job. Anyway, he had tools, and this is called a crimper and a wire cutter. And I don't think you can see here, but on here, right about there, let's see if I can hold it still. Right about there, you'll see a black spot on there. And I can't get close enough here, but there's a black spot on there. Trust me, there's a black spot on there. He got the black spot because my grandfather did not always remember to unplug things before he started stripping wires. And you know, I mean, when you're stripping, you want to make sure everything's set before you start stripping wires, because it could be flat embarrassing. And for him, it was sparks would fly and it would kind of weld his parts here. But this crimper is used to crimp pieces together that you use a little sleeve. And I call them crimps. I don't know what other people call them, but I call them crimps. And you need to be able to get a good tight lock on them. A lot of these crimpers nowadays are rounded. I don't know why they're rounded, but see how this has teeth? It almost looks like a barracuda or something on there, inside there. That is a good crimper, okay? But some of these goobers, they use, hold on, let's see if I can find it here in my store. I just had it not so long ago. Come on, man. Come on, man. I've seen people try to use pliers to do this, and they can't really do a good job with it. Oh, here it is. This is one that I bought. I'm going to come close here. See, this is what they have nowadays. See, that's not going to do a good job of crimping wires together. Kind of makes them round, flat. And then the wires pull out. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to show you. Not mean to show you. See those? They're not so good. But this one, I'll get back now that I'm closer. See those things? They'll go in there and they'll make a bite, sort of like a Doberman pincer or pincher. See that there? That's nice and tight. Matter of fact, I think there's a little burn mark on here. I think Granddad might have tried to crimp some wires together that had some power going through. It's a wonder that my grandfather wasn't electrocuted. There's that break in that wire there. And you can see that there. Right in here there. Anyway, same way with wire cutters. Granddad was using wire cutters, and he would have burn marks in the wire cutters where he had tried to cut a live wire. And I mean, he had some grandkids that were live wires, me being one, but he never used the cutters on us. And if he did, it would have hurt, and it wouldn't have hurt the cutter one bit. Anyway, all right. I was listening. My free advice, or my advice, I like to give things about sewing machines, vacuum cleaners, lamps, maybe an appliance or two, if I've had time to study, which I haven't this week. I just got back from Idaho. I already told that. Oh, my arm's tired. Okay, so I've just been listening to our Secretary, I think it's Secretary of Defense talking. I like to listen to the live stuff so I can find out who's telling the lies. But I like to listen to the live stuff, the whole thing, because I can put my earbuds in. I can work around here and listen to the speeches and stuff and find out what they're saying and not what somebody else says they said. And fascinating. One of the things that really kind of made me think of Miss Barb and my other employees is that he was saying, hey, if you're going to be in the military, you need to look like you're in the military. And I'm thinking, I'm a repairman. The store does not look like a repair shop. It looks like it doesn't look like a store. It looks like a repair shop. And I want it to look more like a store. So anyway, it takes effort and it takes some determination to do that. And some people aren't cut out for it. And maybe I'm not. That's probably why I had employees. They made me all look good. They all made me look good. That was what I told them their job was to make me look good. And now the true me comes out. Okay, no more calls. No calls. This phone here, 540-459-1888. I'm getting ready to hang up this week. I'm going to try this again at 1 o'clock next Wednesday. Okay? And please, think of some questions to ask. Come to see me. And I'm going to lose you all if I keep just begging all the time. I feel like I am one of those guys on the TV. But wait, there's more. Come on, give me your money. I'm not going to do that. Because I'm not asking for money. I'm asking to help you. And this, by the way, is called FREE. Help you for free. So call me on that number. Some of you, my video that I put out on Facebook this morning announcing this, I announced my cell phone number, which is just fine. I'd prefer you call me at the store number, but you can call me on my cell phone. And I will try to answer it, but I don't answer it in the shower. So there you go. Doesn't work so well. All right. So I'm going to say goodbye to Facebook first, because this video will not stay up online forever. It will disappear after a period of time. But YouTube will stay as long as YouTube's around. And it won't stay forever, because nothing lasts forever. Well, nothing lasts forever except our souls. And that had a starting point. So we have to go from there. Alrighty. Thank you all so much for watching. And I think I see one person on YouTube that's watching me. That is exciting. If you want to call, you got the number up there in the corner of the screen there. Call me. Be great. And I'll stay on a few more seconds. You on Facebook, I saw your messages from Deb and somewhere. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. You tell me when you can come. Call me. Call me either on this number or this number. And we will work out a time to meet up. I'm here Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 4, Saturdays 10 till 2. And sometimes I'm here other times, but I don't advertise that because I've got to get some work done. Alrighty. See you. Oh, let's go down here first. We'll see you all down here. We'll talk to you later. All right, that's it. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Oh, I hit this button down here. Now it's good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. All right, it's done. All right, bye to you guys. I'm going to walk in front of my little cart here and lean you back. Okay. Please come back next week with questions and answers. Questions, I'll make up something. I'll give you an answer. I don't know if it's going to be right, but we'll see what we can do. All righty? Thank you so much for, well, if you've seen this, you've put up to the end. I don't know if that's a blessing of perseverance or what. So we'll talk to you all later. Say good night. I'll just push this button here. All right, do you wish to end the live stream? Yes, I do. Nobody called me. All right. Do you want to end this live YouTube session? Yes, I want to keep it. Say good night, Gracie. Okay. We're going to say good night. Good night, Gracie.